In 1977, the space probe Voyager 1 takes the first photo of the Earth-Moon system from 1.6 miles away. In 1979, it flies past Io, one of Jupiter's moons. It discovers that its surface has volcanic activity. In 1980, it flies past Saturn. In 2012, Voyager 1 leaves our solar system and enters interstellar space. Meanwhile on Earth, a group of American soldiers is in the middle of a mission in a dangerous war zone. Two enemies almost surprise them, but they react quickly and bring them down. As bombs go off in the distance, the team keeps moving as they kill any opponent that gets too close. They take some stairs to reach a balcony and the snipers get into position to start shooting enemies from above. The rest of the team searches the building to kill every man in their way. Dozens of men fall one after the other with no mercy until the building is clear. Afterward the team takes the street again and sees jets fly above town as they continue to kill enemies. Unfortunately, when they turn around the corner, they find a full squad of foes already waiting. The group rushes to take over and joins the shootout, but no matter how many men they bring down, the squad is too big for them to have any chance at winning. They decide to retreat. However, as they start moving back, a soldier gets shot and Rhodey has to pick him up. Nobody stops shooting as they run, taking cover in any spot they can find while killing more and more men. Rhodey wants to take care of his friend's wound, but he has to keep shooting to protect himself. By the time he checks on the wound again, the soldier is dead. Another enemy squad is coming and the team is cornered at the end of the street, so they use the radio to try to request help. Suddenly the area goes dark and a red light appears among thick clouds in the sky. Both teams stare in shock as the light reveals a mysterious machine that shoots a beam, killing the entire enemy squad with just one move. Then the light turns white and charges for a few seconds before emitting a great amount of voltage. The lightning hits the American soldiers and drags them into the machine, where an alien restrains them to put them through some experiments. The soldiers see flashes of their old lives in the last battle before passing out. Sometime later the team is frozen inside a strange device. Suddenly the machine is turned off and the soldiers wake up as they are ejected. It takes them a moment to recover as they throw up all the liquid in their lungs. Jax recognizes it as stasis resin, which should dissolve quickly. However, he doesn't know why he has that knowledge. The team doesn't know where they are and thinks maybe the Russians or the Chinese kidnapped them, but the writing on the machines isn't from Earth. Reyes finds a plaque with their names and unit designations, but he doesn't understand why he knows that either. All their guns are topped off and the last thing they remember is the shootout on the street followed by the lightning. Leader Kelly says they should get moving before their kidnapper finds them. There's a big circular door at the end of the corridor, but pressing the button won't open it. The soldiers work together to open it manually. After taking another hallway, they find a second door that has been warped off its track. Rhodey notices a vent hatch on the wall and sends Reyes to investigate. With a light in his mouth, Reyes crawls through the vent and finds multiple routes, so he takes the only way that has any light left. Eventually he finds another hatch and comes out on the other side of the vent door. After he informs the team, they also enter the vent to join him. A closer look at the door from this side shows some nasty burns and impact marks, as if someone was trying really hard to get in there. It seems the place is like a maze, and Nash thinks they're in a secret underwater prison. Suddenly they hear some strange noises, so they move ahead to keep investigating. In the next corridor, they find a trail of blood on the floor. There's also a clamp on the wall that indicates a power failure. This means the place must be dying, which explains why the machine was turned off and released them. The next room has lots of fog on the floor. A drop of blood lands on Reyes' face, and when he looks up, he discovers a bunch of bodies hanging from their feet with no heads. Kelly takes Gibbs and Reyes to the following room, where another mutilated body hangs above a strange table. There's also a handcuffed woman named Ravi, who wakes up and talks in another language. The soldiers pull a lever to free her. At that moment a monstrous alien appears in front of Gibbs and slashes him with its huge claws before throwing him back. In the previous room, Nash finds a weird-looking weapon. The trio hears the commotion nearby and rushes to help their friends with open fire. Normal bullets don't seem to do much on the enemy armor and the alien knocks the three soldiers down with one hit. When Kelly tries to shoot it, the alien quickly disarms him and grabs him by the neck, looking at him for a second before throwing him too. As the alien attacks Jax, Nash passes the strange weapon to Rhodey, who finally manages to activate it and shoots at their enemy to knock it down. The soldiers think it's dead and take a closer look, only for the alien to roar. To their surprise, Ravi cuts in to properly shoot it to death. Afterward she says something the others don't understand before leaving. The group follows her after realizing Gibbs is dead. In the next corridor, Kelly shocks Ravi by speaking her language. Another alien appears nearby and Kelly opens fire while telling the others to run. The alien has a laser gun too and immediately shoots to bring Ravi down. Soon its own team of monsters appears behind it and also opens fire. The men help Ravi and run as fast as possible. A chase ensues with both sides constantly shooting as they move. The soldiers manage to take cover in the next corridor, and when Ravi sees an opening, she pulls a lever to close the door. Kelly puts a knife between the door and the wall to jam it and tells Jax to go with Ravi to find a way out. The aliens start pounding on the door and the soldiers back off, knowing it won't hold for long. Jax and Ravi find a hole full of cables and climb through it until they reach a vent. Reyes tells the others to follow the duo and stays behind as a distraction. When the door finally opens, Reyes shoots at the first alien to knock it down, causing the door to close again. However, all the monsters manage to break through and come for him, so Reyes runs to the hole too. When he reaches the vent, an alien grabs his leg and pulls him back out. A second monster peeks inside and Rhodey immediately blows its head up. The team eventually finds an exit and pushes some metal beams to enter a room. After hearing that Reyes is dead, Nash freaks out as he yells about meeting aliens. Kelly calms him down before asking Rhodey why he knows how to use the laser gun, but Rhodey doesn't remember. Jax tries to take care of Ravi's wound, however she swears she's fine. Her words are translated by Kelly, who doesn't know why he understands Russian. He tries asking her questions and she calls the men sleepers before confirming that the monsters are aliens. After explaining that they're on a spaceship, Ravi reveals she knows English and tells the team they need to go to a safe place. Nash continues to freak out and Rhodey has to threaten him to shut him up. Ravi interrupts them and reminds them they must keep moving. Meanwhile, Reyes is mutilated by the aliens, who use a device to look at his memories and learn everything the team knows. Following what it saw in those memories, the alien reaches the bent door and activates a device on its gauntlet. In one of the corridors, Ravi explains that the alien with the scars is the leader and it has dozens of monsters helping it. She also reveals that there are motion sensors on the walls and that the alien's goal is to get a meal. When they enter the next room, they find themselves on a bridge above an abyss and surrounded by thousands of lights. Jax takes a closer look and discovers they're not light bulbs, they're actually capsules with bodies inside. Ravi calls them sleepers and insists they should get going. They rest in the next corridor so Kelly can redo Ravi's bandage. They chat about their lives before the war and Kelly shares that he's a divorced father. Nash starts to wonder if the creatures are demons instead of aliens and they're going through the biblical rapture. Minutes later, the team finds a hangar full of containers. Ravi explains that they contain all the items that the aliens stole from Earth. Rhodey thinks it's strange the aliens haven't attacked and theorizes they're moving ahead to box them in. Kelly agrees and announces they'll fight, ignoring Ravi when she says it's a bad idea. Jax volunteers to be the bait and goes to the hallway, where he starts singing. The aliens follow his voice to find him and Jax quickly opens fire. After a few shots to keep their attention, he starts to run, so the aliens chase after him as they keep firing their laser guns. Jax occasionally turns around to fire back, not causing much damage but still keeping them angry. Eventually Jax reaches the hangar, where he keeps taunting the aliens into following him. When the creatures reach a dead end, Nash shoots one in the head from his sniper spot. Then the rest of the team surrounds the enemies and opens fire, killing them all one by one. After they're done, Ravi points out that it was too easy and fears a trap. At that moment, another alien squad enters the hangar. The team immediately opens fire, but not even Nash can land a shot because this time the aliens have brought very strong shields. Everyone starts running and Nash jumps from container to container until he reunites with his team. They run to the door as fast as possible, but unfortunately Jax gets shot in the back and instantly killed. A grieving Nash yells as he shoots the killer in the head for revenge. The 4 survivors run out of the hangar and enter a corridor, where they take cover to keep shooting for a while until Ravi finds the handle that closes the door. There are aliens coming from the opposite side as well, so the team escapes through a hatch in the wall. They slide down a tunnel and land in a pool full of skeletons and rotting flesh. The smell is so bad that it makes a few of them puke. When Nash starts to freak out, Kelly has to shut him up. The conversation is interrupted by a voice coming from above. Ravi looks up and is surprised to see her mother Anya, who immediately throws down a rope. Ravi climbs up and the women reunite with a hug. The soldiers use the rope too, and Kelly notices Anya's uniform, which indicates she's a Russian soldier. Anya guides the group through the corridors, always making sure to avoid the sensors on the walls. She takes them to a hatch on the floor and they go down to the basement, where Anya locks the door. All the walls have been decorated with art. Kelly shares how his team woke up and Anya explains it was a trophy room. They only got to escape, thanks to the machine malfunctioning. She's lost track of time since she was kidnapped, but she thinks she's been here for around 20 or 30 years. The soldiers realize that Ravi was born on the ship. Then Anya reveals that there was an invasion. It turns out that Voyager 1 had a map to invite friendly aliens to Earth, however these evil creatures found it and used it to invade. First they kidnapped the world's greatest military strategists and connected their devices to the human minds to gather intel, which means the soldiers were frozen in the machine for decades too. All those strange nightmares they saw were war games created by the aliens to study how humanity fought. This allowed them to crush Earth in just a matter of weeks. The mind connection worked both ways, which explains why the soldiers learned a few things in return. Anya calls this getting gifts. This ship is taking all the spoils of war back to the aliens' planet. It was Ravi's father who sabotaged the reactor and caused the machines to fail. Usually Anya doesn't share with sleepers, that's how she stayed alive for so long. However, her team died during the sabotage mission and now she needs the soldiers' help. Anya's gift is hearing the creatures from afar and understanding what they're saying, and she knows they're trying to repair the communications relay. If they contact their home planet, even more aliens will come, so they have to stop them. The soldiers take a moment to rest and Nash says that they'll never go home. Kelly looks at a picture of his daughter and realizes she must be around 40 years old if she's alive at all, which makes Rhodey think about his kids as well. The team decides they want to fight and organize a plan with Anya. They think there are around 24 aliens left, and the comm center is on the top deck, where they're strongest. The vents can take them there, although the aliens will detect them immediately. Luckily Anya has a bunch of explosives they can use. The group crawls through the vents to reach the top deck. Rhodey and Kelly agree to keep the aliens distracted while Nash and the women set up the explosives. Anya also gives Kelly a stolen gauntlet that will allow him to use a shield. The group splits and Nash's team soon makes it to the main room, where they watch the alien guards from a balcony. In the corridor, Kelly and Rhodey find a sensor covered in blood, so they look for a second one. Soon an alien receives the alert on its gauntlet. Kelly even shoots at the sensor to taunt the enemy. The guards in the main room are called away so Nash's team can finally come out. While he keeps watch, the women install the explosives. Kelly and Rhodey hide when they hear the guards coming and wait for the right moment to shoot them both from behind. Backup quickly arrives with open fire, so Kelly activates the shield, which allows him and Rhodey to keep fighting. An alien grabs one of its teammates to protect itself and pushes ahead, forcing the men to run away. They hide in a different corridor and the shootout continues. However, one of the aliens detects something on its gauntlet and makes half its team go in a different direction. In the main room, Anya hears the aliens coming. Kelly and Rhodey call them to warn them of the same thing while still stuck in the shootout, but there's no way for the trio to escape. When Kelly crosses the door, Rhodey closes it and tells him to rescue the others while he holds the aliens back. Then Rhodey goes all out against the aliens, shooting the laser gun until it runs out of power. He changes to his regular gun and gets close to one of the creatures, who picks him up through the shield. Rhodey is smashed against the wall before the alien takes a closer look at his face. He uses that moment to drop 2 grenades, causing a huge explosion in the corridor that kills him and the aliens surrounding him. The other half of the alien squad makes it to the main room and the humans open fire to bring down as many as possible. At first they do well, but sadly more aliens with shields arrive. Anya makes Ravi leave and asks Nash to protect her. A bigger alien also shows up and opens fire to bring Anya down. Ravi cries out for her mother and Nash has to drag her away when he sees Anya take out the detonator. The explosives are activated and the resulting explosion blows up the whole room, bringing down the huge machine and all the aliens around it. In the corridor, Nash sees more aliens coming and makes Ravi hide in the hatch. Then he starts yelling as he runs so the aliens chase after him without noticing the girl. He stops running at a dead end, where he starts singing the same song as Jax. Nash shoots down as many aliens as he can and wonders if he should activate his explosives too. However, he's determined to survive, so he pulls out his gun again. Once she can't hear any more noises, Ravi comes out, only to find an alien nearby. Meanwhile, Kelly is shocked to find a room filled with humans locked in cells begging him for help. When Kelly turns around, an alien knocks him out. He dreams about his daughter being happy on Earth only for the aliens to suddenly kidnap her too. When Kelly wakes up, he's in one of the cells. Ravi is in the neighboring one and has to tell him that the others didn't make it. The aliens enter the room and grab Kelly by the neck to push him against the wall. Then they drag him through the corridors and take him to the strange table from earlier, where they hang him upside down. The alien grabs a blade and gets ready to strike, but at that moment it sees Nash hiding inside the table. With just one shot to the head, Nash kills the creature. Afterward, the duo makes their way through the corridor, killing any alien that comes too close. They reach the cells and Kelly opens them to rescue the prisoners. More monsters are coming, so Nash opens fire with a laser gun, bringing down enemy after enemy. After all the prisoners are out, the soldiers close the door and run away with Ravi. Soon the aliens catch up to them, so the trio takes cover behind a wall and fires back. The humans are slowly running out of bullets, so Nash throws his belt with all the grenades and Kelly closes the door to stop the resulting explosion from hurting them too. Nash rests against another door as he celebrates their victory, only to suddenly be stabbed by a blade. The alien leader enters the room, so Kelly tells Ravi to run before taunting the creature to keep its attention on him. He picks up a blade too and starts fighting the enemy, who keeps bringing him down with blow after blow. The alien even throws Kelly against the roof before throwing his weapon, which Kelly has to dodge. Next, the alien activates his shield to hit Kelly with it too. After a couple of blows, the alien retrieves his sword and comes running at Kelly. The soldier waits until the monster is crossing the door to close it, which catches its body and kills it. Seconds later, Kelly reunites with Ravi, who is too scared to go out. Kelly moves first and she follows him to discover they're on Earth, which has become a wasteland. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.